Hi, folks. Steve Malzberg with Francesca Page this hour, and we are joined by the Malzberg Panel, which today consists of our friend John Gizzi, Newsmax Washington, D.C. correspondent, and C. Edmund Wright. You read him at Breitbart.com, an American thinker, and of course his great books. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, Steve.
Say hello to Francesca as well.
Hi, Francesca.
Francesca, I was going to wear a hoodie, but I understand that's now a racist word, so I left it at home.
Oh, you have to be careful with that one.
All right, if we have time, we'll definitely address Mark Cuban's little problem. But let's talk about the threat, as I perceive it, from Harry Reid and Chuck Schumer, who, their strings are pulled by Obama, in my opinion. And they said, we'll wait a few more weeks. But after that, looks like Obama's going to take out that mighty pen, John, and he's going to do immigration reform on his own. What could we expect here?
A lot of noise and a lot of smoke and mirrors. Quite frankly, to change the existing laws on immigration requires an act of Congress. This is not something that can be done by executive order. The 1986 immigration legislation, the Simpson-Mazzoli bill, was an act of Congress. No president can alter those words or amend them without Congress going along with them. So I would just say that executive orders affect only that which is done on government property or by government employees. It's very limited in what he can actually do.
Edmund, is that going to stop him?
No, probably not. You know, the idea of a constitutional republic is kind of a quaint, outdated idea with this administration. But I have a different take. I would say go ahead, make our day. Please save John Boehner and Mitch McConnell from themselves. The only thing that can prevent a total wipeout in 2014 would be for the Republican establishment to totally alienate their base with an immigration reform bill that they worked on. So actually, from a political standpoint, I'm like, go ahead, President, do whatever you want to do. Harry Reid, do it. You'll be saving our establishment from their own isolated ignorance.
I have one question, which you might be able to shed some light on. In terms of the number of minors entering the country right now illegally, I'm wondering how legalizing this is going to help the economy and what the numbers are here. I know this has been a bit of a debate, so to speak.
Well,
John, do you want to take it, John?
Go ahead, John.
No, I mean, I don't think we have any solid figures at this point on minors coming in or anyone else, and that's going to be out a while from now. Now, I've heard disparate views on how it will impact on the economy. Vice President Biden continually cites a figure about in the billions about how much it will make. Others are not so enthusiastic about it because they think that it will take away labor from Americans who are already here. Again, I don't think anyone knows the answer, and anyone who claims to is pulling your leg.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Edmund.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, let's move on to Darrell Issa, who says that he has an email or proof that the White House warned YouTube over the so-called video, the anti-Islam video, during the Benghazi attack. He said an email he's reviewed shows that the White House reached out to YouTube within hours of the attack to warn the website about the consequences of posting that so-called anti-Islam video. Edmund, what the heck is this about?
I'd say, dude, that was before the CIA told you that there was the video, which of course, sheds the light on the lie that the CIA was the one that ever told them this was about the video to begin with. I mean, what Darrell Issa has done is he's caught them red-handed in a lie that we really have known, for 2 years has been going on.
Yeah, actually, it does, John, contradict the White House claims that the storyline of the video came from the intelligence community.
Well, it certainly would do that, and of course, I would like to see the YouTube and the time and date on it. I well recall being in the Rose Garden of the White House during that dark day in September of 2012, when the president promptly announced everything was out there and said that intelligence reveals the following regarding the death of Ambassador Stevens and the other Americans. And then he promptly headed for Las Vegas for the Democratic fundraiser. I think if a little more time were spent on this and a little more veracity were injected, maybe the administration would not be in the position it's in right now. It doesn't look very good, and it certainly undermines the case that this came from intelligence.
John, do you think there's more pieces of evidence that need to be disclassified or declassified to get the truth out of why the White House behaved the way they did?
You know, Francesca, again, I go back to the fact that if you had a true Operation Candor at the beginning, we might not be discussing this right now, and the families of Ambassador Stevens and Ty Woods and the others who gave their lives in the service of their country might be a little bit easier these days, as much as they could be. The fact is that we are slowly getting the pieces of what happened in Benghazi, where the information came from, who was to blame, when the talking points went out to Ambassador Rice. We're talking about a period of 48, maybe 72 hours, and yet it's taken nearly 2 years to get the facts. Yes, I think more has to come out.
And Edmund, final word?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been obvious from the start. The video story, which nobody had seen the video when they were claiming the story, that was just political cover for their incompetence, which was driven by their worldview that there's really no terrorist problem for Americans. So it was purely a political PR stunt.
All right, John Gizzi, C. Edmund Wright, have yourselves a great Memorial Day weekend, guys.
All right, you too, Steve.
All right, thank you. All right, well, very interesting, and Francesca and I will be back, and David Drucker of the Washington Examiner will be here, senior congressional correspondent, and we have a lot to talk about with him as well. If you keep it where it is, right here on Newsmax Television on the Steve Malzberg Show, don't go away.